Tech news! Super long.
It's
just a Darth Vader track. Tech news! Fulfilling you guys with the latest and greatest in tech news so you can make your purchase decisions wisely. Hopefully with us here at Zubimart. A service announcement brought to you by the owner of Zubimart. Because that shameless self-promotion is something that we will never leave out as long as we own this channel. And now back to the tech news. For those of you who made purchases of solid state drives on Black Friday, you should be just about kicking yourselves right now, as Samsung has basically announced the release of their new generation QVO set of hard drives at an affordable price and at sizes which we thought were unattainable back in the dark old ages of 2016. So the QVO NAND technology is basically a quad level technology which surpasses the EVO brand or the EVO set of solid state drives that Samsung have been putting out. Until recently, Samsung have been quite pricey. With the introduction of this new QVO range, which is expected to hit South African shores, I think in February or at least March latest, but have already been released globally since the end of last month. Samsung is now positioning itself to sit at the top of the solid state retail pile. In other news as well, we saw the release of the OnePlus 6T McLaren Edition, a phone with 10 gigabytes of RAM, which some have said is superfluous. Is that a word? Superfluous.
Now it is.
Superfluous. 10 gigabytes of RAM. I think the only other phone that this year that came out with 10 gigabytes of RAM, if I'm not mistaken, is the Xiaomi Black Shark 2. But that's a gaming phone, so for those of you who do like to play games and want extended battery life and all that stuff, power management, blah blah blah, 10 gigs in that phone would be cool. However, the warp charge function of the phone was found to be less than what was promised by other YouTubers like Dave2D or Dave Lee, who ran the phone through its paces with another OnePlus 6T, just standard branded phone, just under what was advertised in terms of its warp charge, about 60%. 50% in 20 minutes? 50% in 20 minutes was not entirely attained. The closest he did get was to about 48%, 2% off. You could still round that off, it's fine. And the phone of the year. The phone of the year, guys, has been found by most after me. I guess this research is just based off me watching a ton of YouTube videos. The phone of the year has officially been named the Huawei Mate 20 Pro. A phone by many to have been hitting the mark dead on in some areas and missing it completely in others, like putting the speaker behind the USB charging port. Thanks for that sound bit. A phone that was found to be hitting some areas dead on in some aspects and completely missing other areas in other aspects, like putting the speaker behind the USB charging port. Something I've never seen, nor do I possibly want to see in any other phone in the future. Photo quality on the Huawei Mate 20 Pro is, of course, glorious. Like the night mode that we saw in the Huawei P20 Pro. Astoundingly good night photos, of course, mostly through the usage of high dynamic range. But I think what everyone now is talking about, of course, we have to mention it, is the Samsung Galaxy S10. Probably the world's first truly bezel-less phone without the use of mechanics like pop-up cameras through the back or the sides. What we will see in this phone is a cutout display in the corner where basically a tiny camera module would be placed either in the left or the right corner of the phone. Tons of leaks have been let out of this already, so we will be treated to a true bezel-less display in 2019. God help the kids who take this phone to school. I fear they will not get any work done. We will be listing that one on Zubimart as well. And in other tech news, it seems that China is rejecting Apple's advances into the market. Some new legal dispute has disallowed Apple selling iPhones in China. This already cuts into what has been a tumultuous year for the tech giant, where much of the updated versions of its iPhone 10 range were found to be lacking somewhat by a lot of tech reviewers and consumers alike. Apple fanboys and Apple cult creed followers bite me. It is possibly true that Apple has sold less phones this year than they would have liked. Much like music to my ears. So yeah, that is 2018's biggest news I could think of in one wrap. I just wanted to put that out there for those of you who bought solid state drives on Black Friday. You should have waited. I waited. I'm smart. I'm Zubi smart. See what I did there? I'm Zubi smart. We'll catch you guys in the next one. We hope you enjoyed this insight of our tech news. We will make it at least we will try to make this a regular feature and in a timeless fashion. We're here for you guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. See you in the next one.